Yo, we back with another video. Dark secrets get exposed in these Epstein files. So many different celebrities, so many different victims. It's actually freaking disgusting. Some dark times we're living in, man, and we have lived in for some years. Let's see what Midas Touch got to say about all this. Let's get it.
I want to share with you the secrets of the 3 million Epstein files that have been released thus far. First off, remember 3 million files are still missing at least. So I think the most devastating documents have not been produced yet. But as you know, I went through all 3 million documents on Friday and I gave my initial report. I've since gone through it again and I found additional documents I want to share with you. So you can go back, watch my other analysis of the 3 million documents. But what I'm about to share with you right now, it's dark, it's grim, it's ghoulish. Donald Trump is all over the Epstein files, over 5,000 references to his name. The entire cabal is the Trump regime. Howard Lutnick's mentioned. Donald Trump's new chairman of the Federal Reserve is mentioned. Elon Musk is repeatedly mentioned. Donald Trump's friends, NFL owners are mentioned. Stephen Tisch. I mean, it is Trump's crew, and it is grotesque what is happening here. Bannon is speaking with Epstein like every single day, it seems like there's constant communications there. And let's start off with this document. Epstein is text messaging Bannon in May 2019 that Donald Trump had a fundraiser next door to my house on 71 yesterday. I told them to ask if he wanted to come in for a massage. So Epstein is saying that Donald Trump's doing a fundraiser next door in 2019 in May. You see the messages right here for yourself. And he's telling Bannon, who's, one of Donald Trump's closest advisors and allies, that he's saying if Donald Trump wants to come in for a massage. But then also on December 25th, 2018, Jeffrey Epstein is text messaging and sending emails as well. We see in the files. And I'm going to show you an email right now that he's saying he's involved in the selection of the next chairman of the next Treasury Secretary, someone to replace Steve Mnuchin right here. And you see, let's take a look at this message right here. It's emails from Larry Summers and Jeffrey Epstein. Larry Summers is saying, "We'll call tonight or at some point. Will you be visiting Mar-a-Lago?" And again, Donald Trump had been saying that Epstein had never been to Mar-a-Lago since 2004. We know through these Epstein files that Epstein was invited in 2012, and there's constant references. Are you going to be back at Mar-a-Lago? Are you speaking to Trump? Were they still having communications with each other at this time? Jeffrey Epstein tells Larry Summers that he's, quote, being asked for 3 names to replace Steve Mnuchin as Treasury Secretary. So Epstein's representing that he's involved in the selection process of Donald Trump's cabinet in 2018. Then there was this declaration, which we uncovered on our second review of these files. Here's what this declaration says, and it's signed by someone named Tiffany Doe, which is like a Jane Doe. It's Jane Doe. It's a pseudonym, and it's dated June 18th, 2016. Here's what it says. "I personally witnessed defendant Trump telling the plaintiff that she shouldn't ever say anything if she didn't want to disappear like the 12-year-old female. Redacted, and that he was capable of having her whole family killed. After leaving the employment of Mr. Epstein in the year 2000, I was personally threatened by Mr. Epstein that I would be killed and my family killed as well if I ever disclosed any of the physical and sexual abuse of minor females that I had personally witnessed by Mr. Epstein or any of his guests. I am coming forward to swear to the truthfulness of the physical and sexual abuse that I personally witnessed of minor females at the hands of Mr. Trump and Mr. Epstein, including the plaintiff, during the time of my employment from the years of 1990 to 2000 for Mr. Epstein. I swear to these facts under penalty of perjury, even though I fully understand that the life of myself and my family is now in grave danger. Signed under penalty of perjury, Tiffany Doe."
That is crazy. I don't care how many years I don't care if that was 80 years ago. It's still Come on, man. That's still crazy. I don't care how long that was, man. Oh, why is she just coming forward now? I would be scared as hell, bro. But now that everything's coming to light, why it's the best time to say something now. Get this man out of office, please. Jeez, bro.
June 18th, 2016, this Jane Doe says that she observed Donald Trump saying that he would disappear people and kill people just like he did to other girls. Now, speaking about the threats of murder and death, here's an email of Jeffrey Epstein being told that he has permission to kill an unidentified man. And then he says, whoops. So you have a redacted sender over here. We should know there's no reason why this sender should be redacted by the DOJ. But this person's emailing Epstein and says, I give you permission to kill him. He is apparently with Olga. He lied to you and he lied to me. Then Epstein goes, whoops. And then this person says, I'm not sure if it's a male or a female sender, maybe a female sender. If you look underneath the redactions, you could see a little bit. No one will lie to you and get away with it from me. No one. Whoops is correct. And that term whoops seems to be used over and over again in these emails. When RFK Jr.'s wife was found hanging, Epstein responded, whoops. And then it talks about how Kennedy's wife was found dead in her backyard, May 17, 2012. Jeffrey Epstein's response was, whoops. And then the autopsy of RFK Jr.'s wife showed that it seemed that she was trying to stop herself from being hung. Her hands were actually in the noose, which is very rare to see. But Epstein goes whoops. And then in the one before, he said whoops when it came to being instructed that he could kill somebody. I also want to bring this up as well. There's an entire file in the Epstein files that were released that has over 12 headshots of underage girls. Not a single headshot is redacted. One of the pages in the file confirms that all of these girls are minors. We were not posting this image of the girls. Aaron Parnas works at the Midas Touch Network and he has his own independent network. We all agreed we're not going to post it, but in our review, we were able to see the minors. And it's despicable that the DOJ put that out there. And I hope we tagged the DOJ to say, redact this, get rid of this right now. But that's what they were doing, exposing victims to so much more trauma.
When you ordered to support our show, Midas Touch, please.
Well, is that there were constant references to pizza in these messages. And it seems to be used as a substitute for girls. It's unclear, but they refer to pizza over and over again. Let's just say it appears to be a substitute and a code word for something else. Holy shit, Chunky, I forgot about that. What time do you want to get pizza and grape soda tomorrow? This is Jeffrey Epstein to somebody named Harry Fish. What time? Again, let me be clear. I don't know what the code word is. Maybe they're actually talking about pizza. I don't know. But there's hundreds and thousands of references to pizza in odd ways. I wanted to let you know the crew really appreciated the pizza today. Thank you for letting us do that. This is better than a Chinese cookie. See attached. Let's go for pizza and grape soda again. No one else can understand. I mean, there's a ton of messages like that. Also, this was interesting. Brad Karp, who is the chairman of the law firm Paul Weiss, and people were shocked when Paul Weiss capitulated to Donald Trump in this regime and then agreed to provide, tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars in pro bono legal services. People are like, why would Brad Karp do that? Well, Brad Karp has messages right here with Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein to Brad Karp. If your buddy Kraft needs a local Palm representative lawyer, let me know. Epstein to Karp saying your buddy Kraft, Bob Kraft, the Patriots owner, I'm sure he will need the best there is, Brad Karp responds. And then I think Brad Karp previously denied having any communications. Also, Peter Attia, MD, the new CBS contributor, talked about having Jeffrey Epstein withdrawal, and he also made really lewd and disgusting remarks about women's genitalia or girls' genitalia in these files, and how he is Epstein withdrawal, and it's really grotesque stuff right here. Then it goes on to say, okay, thanks so much for the safe trip home. No, thank you. Hopefully Jeffrey Epstein is in town when I'm back. I go into Jeffrey Epstein's withdrawals when I don't see him. We've talked about this in the other video. I'll just reference it again. Howard Lutnick, who previously claimed that he had no communications with Jeffrey Epstein since 2005. He said he met Epstein once. They were neighbors for many, many years. And he goes, I was so disgusted by Epstein after I met him in 2005. I've never seen him again. I would never meet him professionally or for business. Well, we've seen that Lutnick was communicating with Epstein. Lutnick was giving the ages of his children when going to the island. He said, I have an 11-year-old, a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old. Like, we're going to come to the island together. And I have friends with little children as well. We're going to come to the island. Grotesque stuff right there. Epstein donated $50,000 to Howard Lutnick's, an award that Howard Lutnick was receiving. There's lots of messages. They're all liars. Brett Ratner right here is seen in this photo with Epstein, and it appears to be a very young girl. I don't know the age of this individual. The face is redacted. This is the guy who directed Melania's movie. That's why I say it's a cabal. This is a cabal of all of these people right here. This is redacted. We don't know who this person is right here, partaking in what appears to be sexual activities with very young girls right here. Who is that individual right there?
It's always the fat ones. It's always the fat older ones, man. Come on, like, ew, bro. You could just tell they're young. The cigarette, it's just disgusting work, man. Get these motherfuckers in prison now. It's disgusting work, bro.
I'm not sure what's going on, but you can judge for yourself. I'm just sharing with you my opinions, and you could judge for yourself what the heck is going on. Also, as Brian Krasenstein explains, the Trump DOJ is so disgustingly inept that they posted dozens of photographs in dataset 10 of victims, both redacted and unredacted. The black redactions are those they made, but the red redactions are the ones that Brian did to redact the image of these victims, likely underage victims. Pam Bondi is putting these victims, likely underage girls, at risk, while at the same time not withholding the actual information that people still want to see. There are millions of documents still missing. I mean, look at this. These are more likely victims right here. And again, these are some grotesque pictures. The red redactions are what Brian did. These are unredacted in the files. So you're able to see the underage girls in the files, which is so utterly disgusting right here. You know about this one from the prior video that I did, that there was this document that the DOJ removed right away, which had all of these accusations and allegations against Donald Trump, 13 to 14-year-old girls, talking about calendar parties where Donald Trump, the allegations are, would measure their vaginas, and all of these horrific things would be taking place. And again, these are just allegations. Let's be clear. But it was very suspicious, I thought, that the DOJ removed it right away. Also, among the batch of newly released emails from Epstein telling Peter Thiel he would gladly share expenses for the Gawker suite. And this was sent the day after it was announced that Peter Thiel funded the lawsuit to basically shut down Gawker. And of course, we know from the prior video I made, Elon Musk is all over these files. He's telling Epstein, what day can I come to the island? I want to go to the wildest parties. Which day will it be the wildest? I don't just want to like hang out. I'm not looking to rest. Show me the dates. That will be the absolutely wildest. This right here is Jeffrey Epstein's last interview from his home. This was in the Epstein files. He states that during the financial collapse, he was making phone calls from prison to the Treasury Department. This is a video from the Epstein files. Let's play this video right here so you can see it or you can hear it. Here, play this clip.
And in fact, from my telephones against the wall with my little metal wires, because the next day I talked to another person in Washington about the issues of what I thought was happening, and I made the same discussion about the...
They were at the Treasury Department?
Yes.
So in a 6x9 cell in
Its phones were outside the cell.
in Palm Beach County, California.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
West Palm Beach, Florida.
That's what your juice diet.
West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. West Palm Beach, Florida. You're making a call to Washington, D.C. to talk to some deputy secretary of Treasury.
Someone in Treasury.
Right. Someone in Treasury.
Right.
And I'll leave it. There were other videos of redacted, appears to be underage girls in Epstein's place, and horrific things. But Trump's in this over 5,000 references to Donald Trump. Musk's all over it. Lutnick's, all these people are all over it. It's a cabal. And it's obvious that everything that they've been saying all along is such utter projection when we see what's in these files. It should also be noted, as I mentioned at the outset, there appears to be at least 3 to 5 million records, documents that are still missing. Could be more, could be 20 million. Because if you talk about a document versus pages, one document can have multiple pages. So if there's 3 to 4 million documents missing, multiply that by, say, 10 to 12 pages per document, there may be 20, 30 million missing, which I think is even worse. I think what we just saw here is the tip of the iceberg.
Let me know what y'all think about all this. This is crazy, y'all. Get this man out of office, please. Like, this is too much going on, bro. Like, it's too much going on, y'all. He has to get out of office. It's too much proof out here. These Epstein files is getting darker and darker. There's 3 million Epstein files. 3 more million Epstein files that's not revealed. And we already getting pictures and shit like that, and audio recordings and videos. It's disgusting work. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section, y'all. Peace and love, baby. We out.